Hey everybody, Dominic Biskret, TPC Wire and Cable here. Hey, what I'm going to go ahead and talk to you about today from a little bit different angle here is our Vulko-Wrap insulating tape. This product is actually our biggest mover in our entire company based solely on units sold. It's a really neat product. It solves a lot of problems, and I'd like to break down a few of the things that it does well for you today. Now, electrical tape is used in hundreds, if not thousands, of applications all over various market segments. It's a fixture of our industry, and it does a lot of things very, very well. That said, electrical tape utilizes adhesive, which is kind of a good news, bad news. Adhesive makes it pretty easy to use, but when you get into environments that maybe have a lot of dirt or dust or oils, things of that nature, it's really difficult to get that adhesive to work. This is where Vulko-Wrap comes in as a supplement to your existing electrical tape that does those things very well. Now, I had mentioned oils. We're going to go ahead and dive in here. I have some 3-in-1 oil that I'll go ahead and throw on our Super Trex portable cord. So hopefully you can see that little bead of oil that I have there. And I will cut a strip of Vulko-Wrap here. Nothing too crazy. Kind of get her going like so. Boom. I'll remove the plastic backer. Now, Vulko-Wrap is a self-vulcanizing product. It will mold to itself to create a very flexible solid in about 24 hours, give or take. That's why we have the plastic backer. Without it, it would just be a big chunk of rubber that my kids would be playing with in the backyard or something like that. So anyhow, we'll see if we can get a close-up on that bead of 3-in-1 oil, hopefully. We are going to go ahead and just wrap it on up. There we go, get her started. Boom. Just that easy, no problem. And if you attempt to give it a slide here, or even a twist, this thing is pretty well locked in place. As a part of the vulcanizing process, this will actually squeeze down on itself. And in-person demos, I like to take it and wrap it around maybe a couple fingers of whoever might be at the demo itself to really show them that this, once it gets wrapped, it does start to tighten down on itself. I'll come back to that in a minute and show you what it's done to the oil here. So again, 3-in-1 oil, no problem. It sticks to itself. Very, very easy to use. No sweat. Another area that regular electrical tape has a hard time with is odd shapes. I've got a split bolt here that if you were wrapping it with electrical tape, it would take you kind of forever. And who really knows what thickness or how many wraps of tape you would have on that. You'd be wrapping it forever. Some places would have 2, some places would have 10 wraps. Again, with Vulko-Wrap tape, start here like so. I think the biggest compliment that I can give to this stuff is that it's easy enough for a salesman like myself to use. So in the hands of an actual electrical professional, no sweat. Now, typically with a split bolt like this, I would do a couple wraps over the prongs. That's one layer, and I'm digging in between the prongs. You did that with electrical tape, you'd shred it pretty good. Again, it's holding shape, no problem. We'll go ahead and continue. Resume our wrap here, like so. Boom, all done, completely wrapped. We actually have customers down in Texas, think oil refineries. Split bolt applications are a big reason they've made a wholesale switch over because oftentimes what they're using is like a 2 or a 3-step process. A 3M, 130C, glass cloth, something to that effect, and they are able to take that down to a 1-step process, or if you need added abrasion resistance, maybe you throw a wrap of 33 or 88 over it, either way. But you're taking your process way down. And with bolts, 130C is essentially a mastic. When you remove it, or the process of removing it, oftentimes you're grinding it off. It leaves a ton of residue behind, And if you can't get the residue off, you are throwing away something like a Kearney bolt, which if you're chucking that, you're losing roughly, give or take, about $50 a pop. Whereas again, with the Vulko-Wrap, and I'll show you in a minute, it leaves no residue behind because of the fact that it does not utilize any adhesive. So let's go ahead and come on back to this. Get my handy dandy knife. Obviously with something this sturdy, I think the fear is that the removal process will be this really, really, really involved thing. And it's really not at all. Let's kind of do this here. Just kind of blooms right off. The SO cord remains completely unaffected. You saw how the Vulko-Wrap came off, and I got my fingers crossed it's showing up. This oil has separated into lines. And that is because in the few minutes I was talking while that was on, it began, as it started vulcanizing to itself, it began squeezing down. And had I just wrapped this up with the oil in it, threw it in the corner for 24 hours, when you came back, you would have seen oil start to squeeze out of the sides of this, actually. Again, it's a really neat product, a lot of really cool perks that way. But yeah, oil, no problem, sticks to itself. The adhesive that gets destroyed or made non-functional by oil, not a problem with Vulko-Wrap. It's an excellent supplement to electrical tape that way. Now we're going to go ahead and come back to our split bolt here. And again, removing electrical tape or 130C, whatever it may be from a split bolt, can definitely be a bit of a problem. We'll just sort of do the same thing that we just did on that SO cord. Just any knife where, I've got, just a cheapo knife there. A lot of guys have a utility knife. Our cable strippers that we use and sell, they have a little knife on them. But yeah, again, opens right on up like so. Boom. Done and done. And as you can see here, again, perfectly functional split bolt, no residue. I have used this exact same split bolt for hundreds of Vulko-Wrap demos. No adhesive, no junk behind, perfectly usable over and over and over again. So any split bolts you're throwing out because of residue or any junk left behind, you get to keep those. You're not losing that money on anything you might throw out. And again, the refineries down in Texas, they absolutely love the fact that this does not leave any residue behind. We offer this in 1 inch or 1.5 inches. The dielectric strength, even after stretching it, you're getting between 5 and 6 kV, give or take, which for dielectric strength on a wrap, that's outstanding. This is a tapered product. Might be kind of tough to show you here, but it is thickest in the middle, which means as long as you are following this guideline right here, and you can wrap either side, it's going to stick to itself just the same. But a lot of guys, they keep the guideline on the outside here. As long as you are wrapping and kind of following that guideline, you're getting uniform thickness across the board. We offer it in black. We've got it in yellow with its own guideline, and again, 1 inch and 1.5 inches widths. And we actually offer a version of this that is reinforced with a glass yarn braid. It's got that same high dielectric strength. It still vulcanizes immediately. It's just a little bit, you get a little sturdier product that way, and you're able to, if you make a cut, you kind of do your smaller ones. I've heard of guys using this in lieu of zip ties just because of how easy it is to remove. You just wrap up something really narrow like that, and again, you just kind of tear down the glass yarn braid. A lot of guys use this for maintenance purposes, repair during shutdowns, motor leads. That's a real big application that these are used in. So yeah, again, great product. Our biggest mover by units sold, a fantastic supplement to electrical tape. We're not here to replace electrical tape with this, obviously, but in the applications that electrical tape has a really difficult time with, we're here to help in those, and we know that we're able to save you money that way in those specific applications. Again, per usual, my name is Dominic Biscuit with TPC Wire and Cable. If you have any questions, reach out to me. I am here to help. I would love to get you maybe one of our sample rolls shipped over, stop by your location. I mean, take me straight to your nastiest, junkiest cable or application that you hate wrapping with electrical tape, let's just go back there with a roll of my Vulko-Wrap and see if it sticks. Let's put it into action, see if we can save you money, labor, and downtime with this product like we do with a lot of our other products. So again, holler at me if you got any questions. Holler at your TPC field sales rep or inside sales rep. We'd love to help you out. Thank you very much. Have a great day.